All righty, very good. Welcome everyone to tonight's Collaborating Connections professional networking meeting. Collaborating Connections is part of the TTR networking, that's To the Rescue networking group, based out of Central Indiana, but because of the wonderful world of Zoom and the internet, we have the opportunity to be connected to wonderful professionals around the world. As I look around at the group, we don't have any international guests this evening, but we certainly have in the past and look forward to more in the future. So welcome to all. I was just mentioning to the group before we went on recording that today is International Women's Day. And so we are celebrating that throughout. We have a bunch of lovely women on the call tonight, successful, accomplished, knowledgeable ladies. And we've got a guy in our group too, and we'll welcome him when he's able to join our call tonight. We are in the month of March, and our theme for March is masterminding, which is something that we do all the time, but we're going to pay particular focus to that topic this month, March of 2022, and have some discussion around that a little bit later. The way that we always start our calls out is to acknowledge any wins, any wonderful stuff going on. I want to kind of open up the floor and give our members, our attendees, an opportunity to chime in on anything else that they'd like to celebrate today. So anything going on that anyone wants to share? No?
Hi, Don.
Hey, Stacy.
And everybody else.
Stacy, you want to share what you were having big fun. We saw you on social media this past week or weekend.
Yes, so, Don, that is correct.
You want to share with us where you were, what you were doing, and go ahead.
Yes. So this past weekend, my company, Tava Lifestyle, which now the name has changed because they're rebranding to Tava Fit. We celebrated our 2.5 years anniversary in Houston, Texas. So that's where the corporate headquarters is located. And it was an amazing event, being around all the great leaders, everyone fellowshipping, getting a lot of information, great information. Our leader of our team, wife, came back to us. So we were super excited about that because she left us last year and we didn't really know what happened, but you know, life happens. So she came back. So we was just super excited about that. And she's ready to run. I mean, run. And she just like been having us on calls and Zooms. It's just been nonstop since we've been back home on Sunday. And I mean, but we're all excited about it because, you know, we really missed her a lot and we knew we was lacking something. So she's bringing everything back to us. And I mean, we were just very happy and happy about that. Tava's only thing new that of course, they're changing the packaging. If you watch on my Facebook page, they're changing the packaging of all the products. Even though I really like the old packaging, you know, but they didn't ask my opinion about that. So yeah, but they're rebranding from Tava Lifestyle to Tava Fit. They also, instead of us getting paid 5 ways, now we'll be getting paid 7 ways. They also implemented the services of crypto and travel. That's what we were discussing, Don. So, I mean, we're just very excited about both of those additions to, you know, to the company and services that we can offer people now as well. But yeah, I really learned a lot, like I said, being around all the leaders and just being able to talk to them, ask them any questions that, you know, that you may have. And they was sharing all the vague information on how they are so successful in their business and just getting ideas, brainstorming, getting ideas from them, what they do and compare to what you do and what you need to implement to be more successful in your business. So it was just an amazing opportunity. Everyone was poured into everyone, sharing all the information, not holding anything back. I mean, we just had an amazing time just being, being with our fellow Tavians from all over the world.
Awesome. Well, I know how you tend to immerse yourself in your business and very generous with sharing all of the new and wonderful and benefits of your business. So congratulations as your company grows. I'm sure that that your individual company will continue to grow and succeed as well, Stacy. So congrats. Anybody else got anything else they want to share?
Well, I know that Stacy's probably going to say something in a few minutes, maybe because I forgot. That's just, we're in new and good. I may not be able to stay on very long because my husband's going to come in with a big hook and pull me out of my office because I've been in here all day. But I guess, Stacy, I'm kind of making us jump ahead just a little, but so with that Tava Fit, have they now introduced new products? Or
the only thing new that they introduced was a 7-day sample pack of all the products, but they have not come out with an actual new product like we were expecting to have. So they did introduce a new Tava Fit pack, 7-day sample pack. That's the only thing new as far as product wise, and of course the rebranding of everything, the packaging, all that is going to change.
Well, so the rebranding's a big deal because you get people seeing that first before you probably announce too many other changes. But so kind of get the idea of what there's probably all kinds of things that they could launch down the road, right? So
exactly,
that's kind of
exactly.
As an affiliate or a distributor, I don't know. Are you qualified? Are you classified as an affiliate or what's the name? Are you a rep?
Well, they say distributor. They say distributor.
Okay. Well, we talked about you last week while you were gone.
Really?
I just want you to know, and it was good
what did
conversation.
You say?
You'll have to watch the recording.
It was a good conversation. It was. I'm still trying to figure out, did I record it?
Recorded it. I recorded it.
There's no evidence. We did have I'm still waiting I'm sorry, I didn't. But it was a good conversation, Stacy. You are, yes, you are good. We don't talk about you negatively, did we, Nancy? Is Nancy on here? She's not going to answer.
She's muted. Nancy would tell me if you did.
I know she would. That's why I reached out to Nancy. Nancy was the one that asked a question. I won't tell you the whole thing. But no, we talked about you positively, very positively. So see, you have made an impression that even when you're not here, you're here.
I'm still being discussed, right?
You're still being discussed, but it wasn't like it was like, use Stacy as an example. And now, even more,
Right.
Okay, you have to ask Nancy about that, but we talked about you while you were gone. So it was good. I'm glad that you were off getting nourished by Tava Fit. Yay!
Yes.
How exciting is that? Awesome. Okay,
yes,
I'll quit talking.
Yes.
So let's see. Next up on our agenda is to talk about all of the wonderful things happening with TTR networking. So while I much appreciate Philip sharing you with us this evening, Jennifer, I'm going to give you a chance to give us updates on what's happening with TTR networking and to tell us about yourself before you get pulled away from us.
I'm sorry. I just wanted you guys to know that he's not, if anybody knows my husband, he's about the least likely to come in here with a hook and pull me away. So he knows when I'm sitting back here, he probably is just better off to not interrupt. But no, thank you, Don. I'm sorry after that big excitement, but I we have a lot going on with TTR networking and just people, just like the lovely people that are on your call right now. We have a number of groups that are doing the same thing at different times of the day, different days of the week. And we have a mastermind group that's launched now. We have a week from tomorrow, we have Dawn's TTR Cares. And I would just encourage you, if you've never been on, and I was saying it earlier on our leadership call, but truthfully, I miss it because it really puts you in touch with some things. Dawn founded the TTR Cares, like not last year, but it was sometime in the middle of the year before, correct? I think,
Correct.
or
It
something.
was around summer of 2021, 2020. Yes, summer of 2020.
Yeah, because she, there was a need and she found it and filled it, and you have to attend. You have to attend it. Now, Dawn was doing it every week. No, sorry, not every
Every
week.
month.
Every month, every week. I could see you trying to do that, but she was doing every month, and it was unbelievable when she was doing it that way. But she has decided to do it quarterly, and next Wednesday, a week from tomorrow, 7 p.m. you can go out on Eventbrite. You can find it there. It's TTR Cares, and what is it? I am my brother's keeper.
I am my brother's
Correct.
keeper, and it is focused on us being caring for others, understanding their needs, being compassionate in this world of COVID, where everybody has experienced a lot of separation and distance in the past couple of years because of the pandemic, but ways to find out what it is that the people around us, what they need, and how we can best serve each other.
So, and there's so much. So I would encourage you, and that would be a good one to visit if you're like, I don't know what any of this stuff that TTR does. Well, that's a great one. And we have visitor days on the 23rd, and that's an 8 a.m. That may not work for the, people on this call because of other scheduled 9 to 5s or whatever. But then we have Larry Levine with Selling from the Heart on Wednesday, March 30th at 4 p.m. All of this, and that's Eastern time on Zoom. All of that is on our website, but it's also on our social media. We have a page, we have a group. We just did a bunch of marketing that honestly cost us a lot of money, but it was a lot of good learning. And I've discovered, I think that the best thing we can do is, as a network, just be out there inviting, and in even those international, because Lori, who's on this call right now, she was the connection to Danielle in the Netherlands, and Danielle and I've talked, and Danielle's been on our mastermind group. So, you just never know who's going to get connected to what. And thank you all for doing that. But we've got a lot more coming up, and we may have another event. I just got somebody who was trying to put together another thing for March, which I had kind of said, we're full, don't do any more, but we've got one other. But we've got just things happening, and I just say, keep doing what you're doing, and don't be afraid to invite people, because they may not have a space there may not be the place for them in your group, but more than likely we've got something else that they might, another group that they could work into. And there may even be other things coming up that I won't go too far ahead of myself, but thank you. Lots of good stuff. And it's ttrnetworking.com is the website. So if you're confused, go check it out. That might help.
Wonderful.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you. And I'm Jennifer Johnson. I'm the founder, TTR Networking. I'm a relationship marketing coach, and I help you be better in touch, stay top of mind with your clients, prospects, employees. I don't care who it is you're trying to keep in touch with. There's ways to do that. Relationship marketing. I happen to be a singer as well, which my voice is a little hoarse today, but not as bad as it's been. So I'm doing a lot of all of that, but thank you for the world of virtual networking. Thank you. Thank you, God. I don't have to drive all over the world. So I wouldn't be driving all over the world. You know what I mean? But I was driving all over the world. I'm not doing it anymore. But thank you, ladies. You're wonderful. Happy Women's Day. International Women's Day.
Yes, thanks. All right. Wonderful information, Jennifer, and I hope that you all were taking notes or jotting some things down if you are interested. Be sure to check the website frequently for updates. I want to remind you as well, be sure to check Referral Runway. That is our membership management site, and that is where we are documenting and sharing referrals as well. So if someone has shared a referral with you, you should get an email guiding you to follow up and get more information. If you have a referral for somebody, it's fine to connect with them, to do a connection via email or text message. But if you don't mind, additionally, put that information in Referral Runway. You don't have to do it immediately. It's not time sensitive, but to be thoughtful, to place it there, share some documentation that's going to be helpful, just to document, how many referrals are going out, what is out there to follow up on, who are some good contacts in the future. Because even though right now might not be the great time to connect with a new potential patron, client, customer, you want to be able to make sure that you retain that information, circle back to them, and find out when that good time is in the future. So Referral Runway is a wonderful resource for all of us to utilize. Make sure that you schedule your one-on-one meetings with other members in collaborating connections, and other TTR members as well. Again, Referral Runway has all of the list of all of the TTR networking group members. And even though this time works great for us to meet, there are awesome people, awesome professionals in other groups, and you may have some synergy, something may resonate between you and them, to spark a conversation, to get to know them, to pick their brain. So don't feel limited. We are all about increasing our circle of influence and knowledge. So make sure that you take advantage of that. If you have any ideas for nonprofits that you would like to come visit this group or share information or learn a little bit more about, I'm kind of delving into my TTR cares realm, but feel free to let me know. I'll be happy to reach out to the nonprofits to see if there is somebody available to come speak to us and share a little bit more about how our time, talent, and treasures might be effectively utilized, so they can share what it is that they're looking for and what they need, and just to expand our knowledge base as far as helping others. We know that we want to thrive and be successful, and we want our community around us to be able to thrive and be successful too. So let's continue to help in that way. All right. I think that's about all that I have for updates and notes of mention. So we'll go ahead and jump into our roundtable introductions. And I'm gonna go to, let's see, Stacy Schamberger Smith. If you would unmute, I know that you've already given us a little bit about what's been going on in your world, but if you want to tell us a little bit more about yourself and your business, we would love to hear.
Hold on. I need to take my tax person is calling me. I need to take this because I've been having a hard time reaching her. Sorry.
Okay, we'll circle back to you, Stacy. Lori, are you ready to introduce yourself and your business?
Sure, glad to. And tonight I am here representing Bryn Cochran, Shelter Insurance Agency. And Bryn is with Shelter Insurance in Brownsburg. That's where her headquarters are. But she does serve the state of Indiana and specializes in many areas of insurance, from auto to business. But what she's the most proud of is her relationship building aspect of her business. So it's not just enough for her to insure policies, but she takes pride in insuring people. It's important in this world that we live in today, as we've talked about, that we have the necessary needs met, and that we can navigate all those options that we're looking for to protect our family and ensure that we're secure in the things that we need. So Bryn is glad to talk to anyone and everyone about that, and do her best to serve them and build that relationship, and make sure that each family's needs are met.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Lori.
Yeah.
I want to share a particular note with anybody who may be listening to this recording, that while the TTR networking does not have an attendance policy where members have to be present, we usually encourage it so that they can, of course, effectively represent themselves and their businesses. Bryn has engaged Lori to represent her business in her absence. And Lori, you always do a phenomenal job. And we're so happy to have you with us this evening.
Thank you. It's good to be with you.
Thank you. I want to add a quick story on Bryn's behalf. The leadership call that TTR Networking had earlier this afternoon, we had another leader, Tim Garrity, talking about facts don't necessarily sell as much as stories do. And it's stories that resonate with clients and customers that really engage. And I have to share my story of working with Bryn on my home and auto insurance. And Bryn has, for quite a while, being a member of this group, shared a lot of information about insurance that was really eye-opening to me as a consumer. And I much appreciated that. So at the time that my insurance renewals came up, I kept Bryn front of mind, talked to my current agent, and also talked to Bryn. Very impressed again with the customer service and the amount of knowledge and the time that she took to walk myself and my husband through a lot of the insurance details. And ultimately, we decided to go with Bryn, not only based upon a lower cost, but again, her excellent customer service skills. We had a hiccup with the policy processing, and Bryn was quick to circle back to us and explain what happened. And she continued to follow up with her underwriting department, and ultimately, just to quickly rush to the end, we received a refund on the premium that we paid. So it was already less than what my previous insurance was going to charge us for the upcoming period. But based upon everything that Bryn took the time to look at, we got an additional discount and therefore a refund, a month into our policy. And that's never happened to us before. I'm just so glad to have Bryn as my insurance agent. It has really made a difference. So I hope that that story is helpful for others in expressing just how committed she is to communication, to helping her customers, and to providing benefit. So you can tell her I said that, Lori, but I hope that she'll also be able to catch up on
I'm
the
glad you
recording.
shared that. I knew a little bit of the details that she had shared. She's like, pray for me as I'm working through some details, making sure things are right. And I'm like, I know you'll do it justice. No worries there. But it's good to hear your perspective on that too.
Most definitely. We're extremely pleased.
Yes.
Does anyone have any questions for Lori about Bryn Cochran's insurance agency. And certainly we've got Bryn's contact information that's going to be included in the chat box and following up. So if you'd like to reach out to Bryn and get a quote or just ask some questions, that will be available.
I would just like to, Laura, to just relay a message to Bryn to thank her for telling me the right questions to ask USA when I called them about the ridiculous premium that they had, sent me this year for renewal. And so I actually just talked to them today because I just had time. But I called them and asked them those questions, and I did get mine premium reduced by a lot of money. Yeah.
Excellent.
So
Excellent.
it worked. So I appreciate her telling me the right questions to ask them to get my premiums lowered. So, and those, by me asking those questions, I didn't know what questions to ask. By her telling me the right question, it did help me in getting my premium lowered. So I'm very satisfied.
Oh, that's
her
exciting.
helping me out in that respect, since you guys are not servicing here in Georgia as of yet. But
sure. That's
so she
excellent.
still was very helpful to me. So I'm very appreciative of that.
Good. I'll be glad to relay that to her.
All right, thank you.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay.
Last week, Dawn, I don't know if it was last week, we talked about, I don't know, Nancy would probably know, but I can't remember. But we were talking about how hard Bryn worked to get somebody. Was that the week before?
I think that was the week before when I wasn't available.
But oh my goodness, you could just tell how passionate she was. She was trying to help this guy. He had a guaranteed issue life insurance policy, and it was a term policy that was transitioning into, could have gone into a hole. Doesn't matter, but if you understand, he did not have to prove that he was insurable. All he was do this, and he didn't do it. And she said she tried everything to get him to understand that. And the time, I don't think he's ill now, but the end of the story is that, she was just so passionate about, I did everything I could. And you have to, at some point, you have to let it go. But it is exciting when we meet people who care enough about things, because it's really easy in this world to get wrapped up in, I've got to get this many. I know she's trying to get her in her agency numbers. It would be really easy, just all I care about is the numbers. No, she doesn't. She actually cares about the people. And that's, I think that's what I'd like to believe, that the majority of our members, that's what they have in common. That everybody has their own version of trying everything they can to get somebody to understand how important it is to do what you need to do. And if you can't get them, you have to let it go and
right.
Person. But she was very, and I'm sorry, Dawn, I'm sorry about that, but I didn't mean to, but that was just, I could tell when she was talking about it. And having been an insurance agent, I can understand. How terrible it made us feel. She tried everything, and she even stalked him on Facebook. But the way she said it was just really funny.
Oh, wow.
But you understand.
She probably, she's very humble about her, or doesn't put herself out there as far as patting her own self on the back. But I would say all the great things that you said tonight was just phenomenal to hear. But in another way, I know that another thing that could help her is to maybe even give her a nice Google review. And that's a pretty simple step. So maybe some of the things that you shared tonight, I know she likely wouldn't ask for herself, but I will, since I'm representing her.
Right.
Give her a Google review and share that. And that'll be another thing that can really sing her praises and let other people know what's available when they're searching for options. So just had to put that little bug in.
No,
that'd be great.
That's a great idea, Lori. And I guess I want to share that as a reminder for everyone. It doesn't. Am I freezing up?
You
Happened?
froze on us. Okay.
Darn. Okay.
Yeah.
You are. Yeah.
And I just got the message. My internet is unstable. Okay. Well,
Looks like you're back.
okay. I just wanted to remind everybody, one written review that we put out there really goes a long way. Rather than us, referrals are awesome and making those connections, but to give a review is a simple task for us to do, to write down, that actually lasts out there in social media for quite a while for lots of people to see and take advantage of. So it doesn't take a whole lot of effort to write down a review, especially when you've had a wonderful experience. But the outreach of it, the ripple effect of those reviews can really help each other. So thank you for bringing that up, Lori. And just to remind everybody, referrals and reviews, they are both excellent resources. Thank you.
And I'm going to pop the little link in the chat for those of you that maybe don't have time to request it or could use it right now. So I'll pop that in there.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Let's see. Next, I want to ask Nancy Besley. Are you ready to introduce yourself and your business?
Sure, I'm Nancy Vesley. I work with health insurance, life insurance, pet and dog and cat pet insurance. I am a independent contractor. We have over 40 companies in our portfolio, of which I might know 10. I don't know all of them, not to complain, not to say I do, but we can usually help people with gaps in their health insurance, or if they're looking to get some additional needs met. If they make deductible every year, we have supplemental, if that's the situation. Under 65 right now, or if anybody's turning 65, we're introducing them to Medicare, which could be very confusing to people. So let me know if I can help anybody.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Nancy. I noticed that you had some presentations, some informational presentations scheduled, I think this spring. Can you tell us a little, if there are still some that are scheduled out there that we haven't missed, can you talk a little?
We're
about
doing welcome to Medicare birthday parties for people just turning 65 up in Carmel at Platform 24 from 10 to 11 Saturday, the 19th, the third Saturday of the month. And we've only got one more scheduled, and then we're going to see what we can do because we haven't had a very good turnout with them. So
Okay.
it's a maybe.
Okay, so if you don't mind sharing that information with Collaborating Connections, we'd be happy to post it on our page, and members feel free to take that same information and share it with your networks as well, because I'm sure that it's useful information for somebody that we know. Are there any other questions out there for health insurance, life insurance, cat and dog insurance for Nancy Besley? Okay. Stacy Schamberger Smith, are you ready now to introduce yourself and your business?
Yes, I am. Good evening, everyone. I am Stacy Schamberger Smith with Tava Fit now, because Tava has rebranded from Tava Lifestyle to Tava Fit. Like I say, we did celebrate our 2.5-year anniversary with Tava Fit this past weekend in Houston, Texas. It was an amazing experience. Like I say, instead of us getting paid 5 ways, now we're getting paid 7 ways. We introduced 2 new services, and that's the crypto and travel, as well as Tava's rebranding and changing their name from Tava Lifestyle to Tava Fit. We still have the same 4 amazing products that are all natural plant-based, the Bacia Detox Tea, the Ballet 30 Liquid Vitamin, the Flare Energy Capsule, as well as the Capri CBD Coffee. But they did also come out with a Tava Fit Pack, sample pack, 7-day supply of all the products. So that was something new that they introduced. We've got our leader back on the throne. We're super excited about that. This is an amazing opportunity. Anybody wants to make money and travel? I mean, I'm looking for anyone interested in making money and travel. This is the perfect opportunity to position yourself to win here at Tava Fit.
All righty. Thank you, Stacy. Do we have any questions for Stacy and Tava Fit? All right. We will move along. Robert Haley, thanks so much for being with us this evening. I'd like to invite you to introduce yourself and your business. Oh, you gotta unmute.
Sorry about that.
Okay,
All right. Hello, everyone. How you doing?
good, good.
It's been a couple of weeks. I feel more than a couple of weeks. I consider it here. I do apologize for my absence here, but welcome, Robert Haley with First Home Bank. I am a mortgage banker. I've been in the business for over 25 years. Give you a holistic approach to every client to what they're trying to get accomplished. I worked for First Home Bank. We do originate business in all 50 states. No matter what you're looking to do for as far as home wise, buying a home, refinancing a home, or just want to do a consult, truly reach out to me. I'd love to hear from you later. Talk to you, try to help assist you. And again, Robert Hayward, First Home Bank.
All right.
Short and sweet.
Thank you, Robert.
You're welcome.
Do we have any questions for Robert Haley this evening? And while you haven't been with us for the last couple of weeks, I know you've been pretty busy. Do you have any updates or anything new going on in your business, Robert, that you'd like to share with us?
Well, I've been busy. I've been doing a lot more on the out west, and as well as I'm doing really doing data mining for getting real estate partners, trying to create that like I said, that 3 to 5 partners. So really been doing a lot more lunch and learns with them and trying to find unique products that we offer for as investment properties, no doc loans, bank statement programs. So I've been doing a lot of that and pull down. So it's really a lot more consulting, a lot more talking to people. So that's what kept me pretty busy. Still busy. I have a call coming up in shortly here too tonight. So, but other than that, it's busy work. But so really keep me busy. Definitely trying to help people to be homeowners. And then I just finished my certification with NAMBA for dealing with trying to focus more on the minority communities that to be homeowners, because there's a huge population of people that want to be homeowners but just don't know how to get there. And then we're trying to also reinvest back into communities, so we're making loans affordable for those people and being certified. So therefore, focus on that. So I did doing a lot of different things. So a lot of moving parts.
Gotcha. Does anyone have any questions for Robert Haley this evening? I've got a quick one. I'm noticing a lot of focus on the tiny home market, building and investments related to the tiny homes. Is that really taking off as far as what you're seeing on the lending side, Robert? And is there anything unique about it that that investors or homeowners need to consider?
Well, that is a unique market as well as a small market, because when you look at from my standpoint, from a lending, right, we look for square footage to know this is a good investment. And when you talk about tiny homes, you got to find tiny homes that's a whole market, because you got to find comparables for people to do. And typically, that's what we call it unique property. Like you have burr homes, you have different properties that it's kind of hard to get financing for, because they're not like it's like you walk out your door, you see regular stick-built homes, but you tiny home, you won't walk out your door and find that. You have to go look for that. And so that's your unique property. So it takes unique financing for those areas, and you got to find. And typically, it's going to be tough to find that. Normally, which I always tell people when you have something like that, I said, well, you do better, because if they're every federally chartered bank have to invest in the community that they footprint they serve when they get federal dollars. So you got to find if that federal bank will they write that loan, just like certain farms, would they write the loan, and you may find one or two, not all of them. So finding, and when you buy those, it's going to be tough that you can have your own cash, but tough to find somebody to finance it for you. That's going to be a tough one for you. And then if you buy it, okay, you got to get it, but then trying to maybe say 5 years, 10 years down the road, you may want to refinance it or something. Now that's going to be another a tough one. So like buying a mobile home. I said, well, you can buy that mobile home, but down the road, that house will, as you get older, your options get less and less for you. So I understand those things. So I would say no property is bad. You just need to understand the nuances behind that. Don't talk to the person that's selling your home, because they're trying to sell it. But you need to reach beyond yourself, beyond that. Say, hey, what are my options when I buy this house? Would I still be? What are my chances of getting these things refinances or selling it? So you need to understand those things. So not saying not to buy it, but you also need to know the pros and cons of that. That's what I tell you.
All right. So do your homework, basically,
Correct.
just like most other things. Do your homework. Very good.
Right, I say. So no bad product, but just that's it. Only bad product you didn't research.
Gotcha. Well, thank you for sharing, Robert.
You're welcome.
If there are no further questions for Robert, I'm going to reintroduce myself. I'm Dawn Evans Casey, the leader of Collaborating Connections, and my company is Spa Travel. Been in business over 5 years. I'm an auditor by training, and that's what I've done for over 30 years. But while I was busy traveling in corporate America, a friend of mine said, Dawn, you're traveling all the time. Why don't you get paid for it? And I looked into the business, found a wonderful host company, and started a home-based travel agency. I absolutely love it. Because I have experienced the ins and outs and the good and bad of travel, I help my clients avoid the missteps, the frustration, the time investment of doing travel, searching for just the right place and just the right price. I am connected with thousands of vendors across the United States and around the world, and I would love to help you with your next travel experience. So whether it's you or somebody that you know as an individual or interested in going with a group somewhere, if you are looking for some assistance, so to save you time and save you money, Spa Travel would be happy to help. Additionally, I love talking to individuals who are interested in getting into the travel industry. So if you're thinking about owning your own home-based travel business, I would love to chat with you. Again, my name is Dawn Evans Casey, and my company is Spa Travel. Does anyone have any travel-related questions that I might be able to help with this evening?
How is the war affecting you overseas travel?
Well, overseas travel had already slowed down quite a bit with COVID. I really can't say that I've had requests to go to Russia or any of the countries that are significantly affected right now. So I neither have I had requests from individuals who are trying to assist their family in getting out of the war torn areas. But I think that, if individuals have that desire or that need to travel abroad, they'll find a way to get there. They'll make those requests and go. COVID is still a concern worldwide, but I would say that travel is on the uptick again. So it's up to individuals to just be mindful and stay safe.
The one thing, I don't know if I saw it on Facebook or I saw it in a magazine, they had, how you go to Europe and you go down river boat. They had some that were between US and Canada showing up. And I thought that was, do you have those? I mean,
Yeah.
those are available?
Mhm.
It was a very interesting direction. I mean, it's not that far.
Exactly. You've
How
got
much you see.
You've got the Great Lakes. So there's the riverboat, cruising that's available. And, around the Great Lakes and New York and the East Coast, that there are picturesque, beautiful pathways to cruise. So yeah, all of that's available. There's not the huge ocean liner type of cruise ships, but some smaller, more accommodating to smaller groups, and they make port stops and allow people to tour and sightsee and enjoy the cuisine of different places. So it's a wonderful option to consider.
The cuisine of it's just not the same concept of like in Europe where you're seeing these buildings that are hundreds of years old. I don't know. It's just, I was surprised it was there. I never realized it was there until I ran into it. And it was like, it's got possibilities. I hope they're doing well since people aren't going to Europe.
Yeah. I have seen some cruise lines that have sold off some of their fleets or discontinued some of their routes. But I think it's the intention of most to be available and accommodating to the clientele that are interested. So they're hanging in there mostly.
That's good.
So far. Okay. Well, let's see, it's just about 7 o'clock. We usually go till about 7:30. And I mentioned at the top of the call that this is March and our theme is masterminding. It's something that we do within our group routinely, but just to give a little bit of background on the masterminding, it's an opportunity for our meeting attendees, whether they're members or visitors, to identify a challenge within their business, within their own professional selves, that something that they might discuss, look into, evolve from, listen to some ideas from other members, recommendations on how they might change and improve, and then actually, decide on a plan of action and put that into place. Most of us as business owners recognize that we can easily get caught up in the day-to-day operations of our business. The record keeping, the client consultations, the general discussion and paperwork. But and with that, we may not be very innovative. We may not recognize the opportunities to grow, expand, consider new paths, etc. Like Stacy mentioned with her recent uh, company growth and change in direction, rebranding and so forth. That happens generally when you have an opportunity to look at where you are and decide we want something different going into the future. So for us and our businesses, let's think about, well, what is challenging us right now, or what are areas where we could do more, be better, do something different. And even if we have, poo-pooed an idea in the past or decided, no, that's not for me, maybe it's time for us to take that idea off the shelf and, blow the dust off of it and re-examine. Could this work for me? Or do I definitely know why it is not a part of my current regimen, programming, product offerings, service offerings, etc. So that's where we are with masterminding. And I want to open up the floor to how are you all feeling in your businesses? Do you see opportunities for growth and improvement? And is there anything that you'd like to share that the group members might be able to contribute ideas or recommendations for solutions with right now? What do you think?
Well, for me, Don, all those people that said no to me in the past, when I just had to present the opportunity to try these amazing anointed products out. Now we have something else to offer them. So I'm going back through my list to contact those people to let them know now of the new services that we're offering here at Tava. So that's one thing that I'm going to be working on, going back through my list to reach back out to those people that said no to just the health and wellness products. Now we have 2 other services to offer them. And I'm sure that they'll be interested in that, knowing more about that, and be interested in maybe even trying the products out now, since we have 2 other amazing services to offer them. So that's one thing that I'm working on. And I do believe and feel that that will work for me better and help my team to grow and gain more customers. So I'm excited about that.
Wonderful. Was all of your team able to be there with you and hear the same information that you heard? Or are you in a position where you now need to disseminate the information and the details out to them so that they can effectively reach out further and expand their client base and so forth?
Yes, unfortunately, no, only 2 people from my team was able to attend this event, which is very unfortunate, because it's nothing like getting secondhand information. And even though I actually held a Zoom last evening to discuss with them, do a recap of what took place at the event, it's still not the same as being in the room around the people, the energy that you feel, and being able to, like I said, have access to all the leaders to ask them whatever question you might want to have to help your business grow. It's not the same, but I did do a recap of what we experienced there and all of that. So,
Okay.
and told them, gave them information on how they could possibly take it, the information that I received, and help grow their business. So yeah, that's how it was. But yeah, it's very unfortunate. I kept trying to press upon them the importance of being there, and it's important to stay plugged in and to attend these events to get information, being around the leaders. I kept pressing upon them that, but everybody is what they do, whatever.
Yeah, they'll all grow in their own ways. But I commend you on your timeliness of turning, getting right back home and turning around and doing a presentation for them. That timeliness is really important. And of course, like you said, hopefully that impresses upon them the importance of staying involved, staying aware, and that they can start building their own elevator pitch informational presentation based upon what you share, that they can go out and share that with others and
Yeah.
expand their potential customer base with that. Awesome. Awesome.
Stacy, question. Now, did they record you guys conference? Do you have a recording? You're on mute.
Stacy, you're muted.
I said, yes, they did record it, but they haven't released any of those tapes or recordings as of yet.
So,
But they
I
did
mean,
record everything.
you're trying to build your team, correct? Grow your team.
Correct.
And how many people on your team currently, from me ask?
Overall, it's about 40 some people, but out of that 40 something, only about 20, I say about half of them are active right now.
Mhm. So here's what I think about it. You can take your passion. You have I mean, what I love about you have a passion, and that's the affection. That is the affection. So don't lose that. But if you're trying to get your team to grow, you really got to get the team. You're going to find that out of that 20, you can probably scale probably about maybe 10% of them it's going to take it to the next level. And so you really got to, you should understand. They said, well, 10% that's going to guarantee if you just stay with like your just your passion itself. And you said, well, you keep on. You want to share the video, have your video chat with them as much as you can, and then also have a training. You got to do more training. Training got to be the key because you're trying to get people to organically go out and sell this product that need people to do it, and more people get comfortable getting training. You need to train on all of it. Pick a product and stick with that for a couple of weeks, and then pick another product, and then do that. And your key point of your business is getting your people trained as much as possible. They feel comfortable just like you. When they feel more, you do that.
And that is an issue. They don't feel comfortable, you
Right.
know,
Yeah, they don't, because
as far as like doing the lives and all, and I keep pressing upon them, you got to promote. That's how you build your customer base.
you're trying to make I think what you're doing is you're trying to give them a fire hose full. Just give them a glass of water, small bites, small drinks of what you're doing, but just pick a product and with your passion, and until they get comfortable. And that's what you're going to do. And you teach them, get comfortable, and then out of that group, pick one or two of them that you're going to spend time with. Because you still do the group, you pick one or two. I think you do that for about 6 months, you find that you got a stronger team, and you're going to find, you'll grow 2 or 3 of them, and hopefully by the time you have about 10 of them really out there now moving product. So so because everybody trying to sell this product, I said, well, this is a slow dance. This is not a fast dance thinking you're gonna make it.
Exactly.
It's a slow dance, and it's a slow dance because more they get comfortable with the knowledge of the product and get comfortable with it and be able to talk to people, be able to answer people questions, and then also know how to present the customer. And that's putting together, showing your video all the time, and then the training. And I think small drinks, you'll find that your group will grow. And that's what I can share with you about how to grow your team. And because the point is you got a good product and your passion is there, just go, okay, how to get people, because people doing something never done so before and trying to figure out how to do it. They trying to cash a check. I said, well, you can't, stop. We're not trying to cash a check. Our goal is now to get knowledgeable so you can cash a check. So you can build to the point where you can cash a check. So I will say, big time on the product says, let's get you trained, learn, and give them the time to grow, and then pick 1 or 2 of them, and that you're going to spend time with trying to get them, and you get them to the level you are, and you're fine. And once you get those 2 there, then you have one of them train one other person, and then that's how they get better, because they got to learn how to train this. Because your goal is how you grow your business, train them and train someone else.
Right,
Yes.
the 2 by 2, and that's exactly what my coach has been telling me.
Mhm.
To pick 2 or 3, just what you're saying, and really work and run with them, because they're the ones that's gonna work because they want it.
Right.
And I have pressed upon them that this is a marathon. It's not an overnight success. This is a marathon. But, so many people, like, they want it now. This is network marketing is not like now. It takes time, take years.
Yeah.
But you have to keep pushing, and the success will come. And that's what I've been, trying to press upon them as well. But like you say, I am looking at which people on my team really serious about it and really want it. And like you said, I'm gonna run with them. That's exactly what my coach
Yeah.
been telling me.
Yeah, because you
Pick two or
got to-
three
yeah,
and
'cause
really
everybody-
run with them.
because unless you go out and do a grand presentation against with about over 300 or 400 people, and then you have a bigger pool to pull from. But you, in your
Right.
group you got to pick one or two of them, and you got to spend time with training them. And once they show you committed to training them, and you'll be amazing how much more you still can have your other group, and they will come along. But you pick two, you can't get them all. But I think you pick two of them, and you'll find that you get the momentum you want. Once you get them going, then you have them pick one person, and you pick another two you work with, and you're building your team. And that's how you're going to build your team, sustain your team, that you have less turnover and more growth with yourself. And then you find more people. So when you get people growing and believing what they're doing, and they begin to show some wealth, you find that they're more happier that way. Because right now, everybody's like, man, I don't know. It's what they're saying. It's what they're not saying to you. It's your issues that you're having. And that like, oh man, but you got to pick, and you're trying to cast a net wide. I said, well, don't cast a net wide. Really focus on listening to people who's there and pick those two people out and spend time with them. That's my suggestion.
Yeah, and since our coach is back also, she's ready to run. So yes, she's gonna be doing a tour from different cities. So that's gonna be big. So yes, she's gonna be wanting different people to speak and do presentations. So yeah, it'd probably be a lot more people at those type places because we're gonna be going touring different cities all over. So, and she's starting in Miami, I think, possibly at the end of this month. So.
You have to make a small investment in them two people too. So make sure to get them to understand. So you invest a little in them, like, wow, she invested in me, you're getting their confidence. Once they believe in you and believe that you're there to help them out, you've
got their back, right?
And you got that, and that's what you're going to find. That's where you're going to be. That's my opinion. So it'll help you.
I appreciate that, Robert. All the valuable information that you just shared with me. And my coach has actually been saying some of the similar things. They got to show, you have to show them that you genuinely care about them. It's just not about, oh, go sell this product, whatever. It's not about me. It's about us as a team. Yeah. And it's about them. So that's exactly what she's been sharing with me. But I appreciate all the valuable information once again. I'll definitely take all those little nuggets and put them to work.
There you go.
You got what everybody wants, the passion. You got the passion, and you believe in your product, and that's the first thing there. And I see you. I say, wow, look at her. She's awesome. And I know you're trying to grow a team. I say, well, and sometimes people want to grow. People want to cast a big net. I said, well, you can cast a net, but you can find it be very disappointing.
Right.
But just focus on two, and because this philosophy works no matter if you're network marketing or just having a sale. I said, you can have a storefront business. I said, well, you can hire a lot of people, but you're not gonna make no money until you get people trained and comfortable and believe in the product like you do. And that's the key point. Once they believe and believe in you, they know you and believe in you, then they walk through the wall for you. But when you get people just come in, just check the box, say, well, they here. I said, but you watch what they do. Just step back and say, are they initiating anything? Are they trying to do anything? Are they trying to learn something? And if they're not moving toward it, they say, well, that's a bad hire.
Yeah.
And that's a bad hire. But they got to believe in willing to invest in the learning that you want. Say, I need you to invest in the learning part. And then you invest in another part for them. So, hey, so you want to invest in the learning, I mean, you want to learn this. Okay, now we can talk. Now you got somebody, because they listen, now they're listening, not just hearing you.
You're in a place right now, Stacy, with these new products too, that you're in that facts. You have all these details and facts that you've come away from your conference or gathering with. And it's going to take some time to develop those intriguing stories that go along with these now. But that's something to pay attention to as you go. As you share those products with people and they give you that feedback, wow, this has really made a difference for me, or, oh, the convenience of this sample pack is, just what I needed. And, those are the stories that will be compelling and make a difference for new potential customers. And you got to give it some time for those stories to shake out, but you know they'll come, and
Right.
I know that you'll share them based upon the way that you communicate in social media and let everybody know about your amazing products. So keep that in mind. The stories will come, and that's what will really help move the success forward.
Yes, thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Sure. Anybody else? Any thoughts for Stacy? Nancy, last week we chatted and we talked about you getting more out there, letting people know what you do. And have you made any efforts to or thought of any ideas on how you can reach more people and let them know exactly what you do and how you can help?
One thing I think I did was I had posted that video with the dogs after our conversation. Because the idea of doing Facebook Lives is like, I don't know about anybody else, but it scares me to death. So it's like, that's why the dogs were the center point of my video, or the birds could be next. I mean, it's something I have to work on, but I haven't really gone any farther than that. But I should do a lot of things, but.
Gotcha. And while you're struggling with the what you should do, take the time to think about it and put it down on paper. What keeps you from doing it? What are you fearful of, or what makes you think you're unprepared to do it? And what it would take to make that, to go across the bridge, to make you effective, to make you comfortable, to just get out there and do it. And maybe you just record some before you, without posting it, and just look at them, yourself, you and yourself or your family, and critique it and start to get the comfort level just by doing the recording for yourself before you make it public on social media.
That's a good idea. I could do that.
Yeah.
And Nancy, stop letting fear hold you back. You only holding yourself back. I'm
That's
telling you,
true.
it will make a world of difference for your business.
Yeah.
Because so many people do need a lot of the service that you offer and your company offer, but they don't know, and a lot of people don't know where to look. And if you just let them know, I'm telling you, they will definitely be reaching out to you, and you will see your business boom. So stop letting fear hold you back, honey.
There you go.
You can do it. You can do it, Nancy.
Just
Thanks.
Nancy, if you do one small thing, just really, you're sharing your dog, you're sharing your bird, it's just general things. But I think if you do just a 2-minute, really maybe a 1-minute thing about Medicare Plan B, something, one item out of your thing, just say, did you know? Just do a did you know? Call it your did you know corner, and just talk about, and just small things like that. You don't have to go out there and try to hold a big 30-minute, no, because nobody's going to listen to you that way. Just you can make it 30 seconds where you talk about, did you know, just pick 1 or 2 things you want to talk about. Hey, Medical Plan B, here's what you know. Did you know this? Boom, boom, boom. Just 3 points there. You said, did you know? Call me.
That's a good idea, Nancy. You
Just
should
try
write that
did you
down,
know?
Nancy.
Yeah,
Did
just
you
try
know?
that. Call your did you
Short
know
and
corner,
sweet.
and you do something, a post once a week, something simple. And did you know corner, and before you know it, and you then share some literature, maybe, hey, that people post out there. Hey, did you here's something you should know about? Boom, just like that. And then you can share, and you can just share some simple. Then you can get on there once a week. You do that. Then once a week you get on there and you say something. You talk about something verbally. You may share your bird. You may share, and then so you post them. You can post something once a week. You can share your bird. Hey, took my birds out, whatever it may be. Boom, 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 and then they get to know you, as well as you get to share with a little did you know information. Something simple. You don't have to be crazy. You can take something that a flyer, you can share something, but by sharing personal and with your birds and your dogs, and then sharing something related to the business, people get to know you and they get to know, and you get to know corner.
I love that idea. I
That's
really do.
something simple, easy.
Yeah.
Because you like me. I'm not a big poster or anything like that. But you can take something simple. You don't have to be like you see a lot of different stuff. You got to think about it. You say, "Wow, I'll do all." You start thinking, get in your own way. You don't need to do all that. All you just pick one thing something simple, and then share your bird. You can just take a video of your bird doing something crazy, and then post it. Say my bird is acting crazy. My dog is acting. So your birds every other week you post something about the birds or the dog, and then one week you post it, and every other week you post something about the business. So they get to know you, and this is on your get to know corner. It's something simple, one thing.
It helps present you, builds you up as a subject matter expert. When Jennifer often mentions about, we want to be front of mind to our client and customer base. Well, how do we do that? We want to be thought of as the expert in our field, somebody who has reliable information, somebody who can be trusted, someone knowledgeable. And the did you know within your industry, within your area of expertise is an excellent way for you to share information. Much like we were saying about Bryn, who's always educating customers and clients right alongside of helping them match them up with the products or services that they need. So that's something that we can all endeavor to do, is to present ourselves as the subject matter experts, spend time learning ourselves, and then spend time sharing what we know with other individuals. You never know. Sometimes instead of waiting for someone to ask us the question, put something out there that's probably front of mind to a lot of people. And that's when they're like, yeah, I think I heard that before, or I understand it better, and I didn't even know that I didn't know. So good stuff. Good stuff.
Okay, thank you.
Any thoughts, Lori?
Sorry, just trying to unmute there. I think everybody's provided some really great information there. I think that it's, I would just have to say I agree. And if you can find a fun, unique thing, Nancy, like maybe that has a nice ring to it that matches your name or your pets, like Notes with Nancy, or I don't know what your pets' names are, but something that kind of catches people's attention. The did you know thing is great too. That catches, that question at the beginning catches people's attention. Like, what do I not know? So those are great tips. I think that's great. And I think being yourself, being comfortable, you don't not trying to be somebody you're not, or trying to make a speech that sounds that can put a lot of pressure on you, just trying to be somebody you're not and trying to make it sound like somebody else's jazzy presentation. But just be yourself and show your value as a provider and what you can bring to help others. I think you do a great job of that on here. So just bringing that to a different group, and kind of talking to the people in the quick way that you do here, and providing that same expertise.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the next thing you say. Be yourself, because how you talk and what you do is affectionate. So don't change that. You don't need to do nothing crazy. Just do like you are. Keep it like, hey.
You don't have to sing, right?
Nope. You don't have to sing or nothing. You like the neighbor next door. They can come and talk to you. Like, wow, okay. And that's how you come across, and that's how you want to come across, because that's when you get people to listen. Like, wow, and you keep it so simple. You don't have to be, because long-winded people are like, what's going on? Just keep it short. And then sharing your birds and your dogs, like, wow, that right there is going to get you where you need to be. And you'll be amazing how much more people will call and talk to you, because they're going to feel, I can call her because she's not going to pressure me. She's not that typical She don't look like the salesperson that's trying to sell me everything under the sun. They're gonna be able to talk to you. You better share when you get to talk to them. You're very easy to talk to. So use what you have to your advantage. And you have it already, just that you just gotta just do it. And you don't have to be crazy with it. That's the only thing I was gonna say. So you got the personality already.
Thank you.
All righty. Good stuff. Great discussion tonight, everybody. I just want to provide some follow-up reminders. Thank you again, Lori, for the information on the Google reviews. And that link is in our chat box, so I'll be sure to send that out to everybody. Be sure to schedule one-on-one meetings and share referrals as they come up. And in fact, Lori, I have a referral for you based upon our Visitors Day and the information that you shared with us, that additional things that you do and that you're interested in. I met a woman last week that, as I thought about it later, I want to put the two of you in contact with each other. It sounds like you've got some similar interests that.
Great. I appreciate that. Thank you.
No problem. And with that, I'm just going to wish everybody a wonderfully successful and productive rest of the week, and let you know that I will be looking forward to seeing you again this time next week. Take care, everyone. Stay
Great.
safe.
Bye, everybody. Have a great week.
Thanks. Bye-bye.